I wanted to ask you what prompted you to want to get the guitar? There you got.
Uh, well, I admired the guitar. I never did have one. I didn't have one at that point, and but I wanted one. And then my brother and I had a problem with cigarettes at that time, where we were just experimenting with cigarettes. And so my father and mother promised to buy me a guitar when I was 14 or 13 or 14, and he bought me a guitar if I would stop smoking. So George and I both stopped smoking at 13 and 15, I guess, and I didn't know what particular guitar. I probably may have seen one that Danny Deal had, but I didn't know what kind of guitar I needed. I just wanted an economical one. Of course, we had the Sears Roebuck catalog, and so I was able to find this one, and I just ordered it through the mail, sight unseen, except the picture, and it took forever to get to our house. It did, and of course I didn't have a clue what to do with it, because I had never picked up a guitar. But my mother knew some songs that she used to sing, and I was able to pick up on some of those, but not every verse probably, but I picked up some of it. Now, I wasn't playing instrumental, I was just playing along with when I was singing.
It's a little bit tough to play these days, isn't it? Action's a little high. Is there anything else about it that you remember? Was you pretty excited when you got it?
Oh, absolutely. I couldn't, we didn't have a phone at that time, but I guess when I went to church Sunday, I told the Brandons and some others, and a junior man lived at the foot of Dollar Hill. He had a guitar similar to this, but I don't think it was Gene Autry. But I've always been happy with this guitar, because it was just to learn to play on this guitar was as simple as you could get it. So I enjoyed trying to learning to play, and it took me probably a year, at least a year probably, to learn to do the chords and sing the song properly.
Your strumming methods and all that.
Yeah, I didn't know how to strum, or you got to want just a single stroke, and you do two. But it was a very good guitar to learn on, I think. And so I learned how, and I think George, he didn't stop smoking at that point, so he didn't get his. He was going to get a rifle, I believe, is what he got. But I like mine the best.
Did he end up getting the rifle?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, within a year. Within a year, you know. And he did stop smoking. And, but he was not as interested in the guitar as I was. But Danny Deal his career was already started, and he had married Annie Lou Stockard, and they made they sang harmony just like you would not believe, and so they were employed in Nashville on channel, well, WSM, and they had a program early on the weekday, Monday through Friday, I guess. I don't remember the exact time, but it was early. We used to catch the bus about 6:30 or 7:30. I've forgotten exactly, but
It came on before you got to school.
yes.
And they probably had a radio show previous to that in Jackson, I believe.
Yeah, they did. They were on WTJS Jackson. And then they had a barn dance, they called it, down there, and they would invite the musicians from the area, and I don't remember anything other than his, particularly. I don't guess there were any major stars that lived there, and Lou and Danny were the top duets, WSM. And he toured with Hank Williams Sr. and some of the biggest stars of the Grand Ole Opry. He was there. They were there for 11 years until their first child was born, and then she sort of, because of the baby, Diane. Annie Lou did not wish to continue her career as they were traveling so much. They were going to Duke of Paducah. You may not be familiar with him, but he was a comedian. And he used to be very good. He was on the Opry just about every week. And but they came and visited Danny, just across the road from Dollar Hill, and we played. They had a croquet set out there, and so we played the croquet with some stars.
Wow.
Which was neat.
That's about as big as it got around there.
Oh yeah, and then the Duke of Paducah came and visited on a different occasion, and I think he and his wife also played croquet, and it's pretty easy to play, but if you're not familiar with if you're on a slope, you can't do quite as good.
Yeah.
So, but it was a lot of fun, and it's mostly in the evening when they would play, and so I got to play some, but I never did play the guitar in front of anybody, except my mom maybe. But she knew a little bit about music, but she had never played a guitar. She played. I guess they had a piano at some point, and she learned some musical.
I know she kind of helped you with the chords.
Yes, she
learning
did.
the
She helped
chords.
me learn the chords, and a few early of the songs. Old Black Joe. Do you remember that line? He was an old slave, and I was trying to remember who wrote that song, but I think it was a very prominent singer or songwriter, and poet. And so I had this songbook came with a little bit of one very didn't have about probably 35 pages or something, and we had some very easy songs to sort of just D, E, D, G, and F maybe, and so I learned to play those, but I didn't produce. It was probably 4 or 5 years before I ever played in front of anybody other than my mother and dad. But I was never an extrovert and did not feel comfortable doing anything like playing the guitar or singing in the presence of anybody. I did with my mom. She taught me how to more about music than anybody else, I guess.
Well, that's neat.
It was, and I've still got I think the little book, instruction book that came along with it.
Yeah, I think I've seen that.
Yeah, it's a bright red.
You want to hold the guitar up to the camera and show the artwork on it on the Melody Ranch.
Melody Ranch is Gene Autry's ranch where he lived. But he was a movie star in the early 40s, I guess, and probably into the 50s. But anyway, Anglo and Danny got a recording contract, and they recorded a few songs together, and but they toured quite a lot. And usually Duke of Paducah would be one of the leading ones people would want to come along and entertain the crowd. But I got to meet him and his wife, and he was just sort of way out there.
I bet.
It's unbelievable. But
too bad Hank Williams Sr. didn't stop by up there. There was a small chance he could have if they would have been going through there.
yeah,
Maybe. You would have.
well,
That'd been about 1949, 50, 51.
yeah, they were on they were there 11 years, and they came about trying to think what year. It's probably 49, I guess, maybe, or 50. And I was still in high school, but we went to. We had some neighbors that had a car. Had access to a car, belonged to someone in the family, the father, I guess. But they had a son, maybe a couple of sons. I think they had 2 sons, and it was a big old. I guess it was an Oldsmobile or something. It was a pretty large car, but it was you could haul several kids in there, and so we made probably a couple of at least two trips, maybe 3, to the Grand Ole Opry, and the cost of the Opry was not that much, but you're eating your food and that sort of thing. We didn't spend the night, or at least not in the motel. We slept in the car, or we drove back home. About
late into the night.
Late into the night, and that was not. It was on Saturday. It was of course Saturday night, and that wasn't a good time for us to be on the road or traveling or up late. But we did it a couple of times, or 3, probably two or 3 times.
Probably a pretty big deal for you to get to see that.
Oh yeah, it was. Of course, again, Hank Sr. was there during that time period,
But y'all didn't actually get to see him on there because he just happened to not be playing when you were there, probably.
That's possible, because he was touring, and he was the first 4 or 5 years he was really popular, and he's popular in Nashville. He was popular. He sold probably more records during that time period than, because he wrote just about all the songs that he recorded, and he was just he died. Hank Williams Sr. died 19, was it 50?
I think it might have been 51.
50 or 51. I think he died on New Year's Day, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that was 50 or 51, because that's approximately what it was.
Did y'all get the Louisiana Hayride on the radio?
We got on the radio some, but the battery, we didn't have electricity then, so we had Uncle Dwayne had given us a nice radio for that time period, and the battery was a Sears. It was about that long and would last about 3 months, maybe 4. But it was, and I don't remember the cost, but it was several dollars for us. We didn't have that much income, so. But my Uncle Dwayne was very good to us. He visited often, and he would a lot of times bring something that we could use and needed. And my mom, of course, was always happy to see him, because she was I guess the youngest child. And sorry, Uncle Dwayne was the youngest in the family, in my mom's family. My mom was the youngest girl in the family, and she hadn't even started school when I came along, sort of. Well, she had started school, but I had not, of course. But it was always something to do. You know, if you didn't have a car, you had to have a friend that had a car. And so we tried to do something to help the people who had cars, had access to them. And we would pay the gas, I guess, if we had the money. And
I imagine the money was scarce when you were a kid.
We didn't have any income. You know, every month we didn't have a monthly income. It was just
nothing guaranteed.
Nothing guaranteed. And so you didn't borrow. You couldn't borrow very much money because you couldn't repay it. You didn't have any income. So it wasn't really a flourishing economy. But it was. We had. I enjoyed growing up on a farm.
Y'all pretty much didn't have to go without food.
No, we didn't go without food. We had a garden, had a good-sized garden there where the house was. Then we had one in the orchard down there for the spring. And so we had, and my grandfather had got us several peach trees, apple trees, pear trees, and they were all in that orchard area. And they had fruit on every year that I can remember. And even though they were not being groomed or whatever to cause them to actually produce the optimum kind thing, but we survived, and it was a good experience for us, I think.